doing a video response to
Time Lords and Wizards.
I don't exactly remember what her video was called, but it's about shipping. I ship stuff. Yep, I ship a lot of stuff. I should say a lot of people. I don't ship stuff, but I could. I don't know. It would be acceptable, I think, because people ship anything. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you about my favorite ships. Yay! And I'm going to put a link to
Gabriella's
post down in the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside. So really, all I'm doing is talking to you about my favorite ships from movies and TV shows and books, except I'm not really doing movies. Am I doing movies? I don't think I'm doing movies, because I don't really like movies that much. And the thing about movies is they don't last as long as like a TV show or even a book, really. You know, so you don't really get as attached to the characters. And I basically, when there's a movie, the people either get together or it's not even a thing. It's not like TV shows where they like string you along and you're like, oh, I want this person to be together even though you know it's not going to happen or what. Movies are just movies. They're not as fun. I don't like movies as much as TV. So yeah. But let's start. We'll start now. Okay, we're going to start with books. So the thing about books, just kind of like I said with movies, is unless it's like a series, it's kind of hard to ship people. So all of these ships except one are from series. Favorite book ship ever, Ron and Hermione. I mean, who does not ship Ron and Hermione? Seriously. Like, seriously. If you think Ron and Hermione should not be together, we might not be able to be friends anymore. I don't even know. But seriously, let me know if you have a differing opinion. But Ron and Hermione, aw. From probably the second book, I was like, get together, even though they were like, what, 12? But that's not the point. That's not the point. Whatever. Fan fiction doesn't care, that's for sure. Anyway, other pairings from Harry Potter, Neville and Luna. So cute. I mean, just, aw. Two, like, outcasts, you know, they can be happy together. They're cute. And then, this last one, you're gonna laugh at me. Well, you people watch YouTube, so you might not laugh at me, but Harry and Draco. Like, I'm not even kidding. Harry and Draco. This honestly comes from reading too much fan fiction. I didn't, like, arrive at this idea on my own. It was when I used to read a lot of dirty fan fiction. I'm not gonna lie, I still read it. I still read some Harry Draco fan fiction every now and then. But yeah, so it's funny because I read so much Harry Draco fan fiction that it got to the point where I forget what's real and what's not. Like, I forget what happens in the books and what just kind of happens in fan fiction and in my head. And it's like I watch the movies and I'm like waiting for them to like have that like insane chemistry, and then I think I like project it onto them, and I think they do, even though whatever. It's whatever. You know what? I don't think J.K. Rowling would mind, so there. From the Slappy First Jessica Darling series by Megan McCafferty, my favorite series, this and Harry Potter, my two favorite series of all time. And from this, Jessica Darling and Marcus Flutie. Marcus Flutie. I've talked about him in my Fictional Crushes video. He's just, yes, they're perfect. They're perfect. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the series, and the reason I'm not is because from the beginning, I was a hardcore Bella Jacobs shipper. And yes, just yes. So the thing is, like, the second book, I guess I should have held up the second book, whatever. New Moon was my absolute favorite Twilight novel because for most of the novel, well, I don't want to spoil it. You don't care. You've read it. If you haven't read it by now, you're not going to. So anyway, for like almost all of New Moon, Edward's gone and Jacob's there being Bella's friend, and it's so cute, and I love him so much, and I'm so mad at Bella for being mean and not loving him back. Honestly, like, during that book, I thought there was really a shot. I thought she was setting it up to be like a real love triangle, but really she just did it to like fake us out, and grr, and then by the time you get to the fourth book, you're like, oh, well, that's why Jacob liked Bella. We're not even going to talk about that. We are not going to talk about Bella's baby. We're just not, because no. But, yeah. I wish there had been a whole different third book, and it just took a turn and said, screw Edward, let's hang out with the wolves. Yep. From the Stephanie Plum series by Janet Ivanovich, this is, I just grabbed one, this is Fearless 14. The thing about the Janet Ivanovich series, every time I say series, it sounds wrong. The thing about the Janet Ivanovich series is that there is totally a love triangle. Totally. The narrator, Stephanie Plum, spends there's 20 books so far in the series, and she spends this whole time torn between two guys, Joe Morelli, who is a cop and who is an all-around good guy, except he screwed her over in high school. That's how the series starts. She hates him, but then she realizes he's changed, and he's a grown-up, and he has a really big dog, and he loves her. I mean, he loves her, but she gets herself into a lot of trouble, like real trouble, like the kind of almost getting killed trouble, and it drives him crazy, and he wants her to stop and get a new job and be safe, but he cleans up her messes, and he saves her, and it's adorable, and he loves her. But she also works with a man named Ranger, who is a hardcore, crazy, serious bounty hunter, and he's magic. Literally, that's how he is described quite often in the book. Ranger is just magic, and basically he's supposed to be, the sexiest man alive, and he helps her out, too, and he saves her, and he always wants to save her, but she doesn't think he loves her, he just wants her. I think he loves her, I do, but not in the same way, not in the grown-up way that Joe Morelli loves her. So, I ship Joe Morelli and Stephanie Plum. I feel like a lot of people just haven't read the series, so you're not really going to care, but read it. You should read it and let me know. Now, I've only read The Hunger Games. I have not read the rest of the trilogy. I am going to. So I don't know if this opinion will hold up past the first book, but Katniss and Peeta, come on. How can you not go through that with somebody and not love them? I don't know. He loves her, and it's just, aw. And the only standalone novel in this pile, Looking for Alaska. Guys, I so hardcore ship Pudge in Alaska. And, I mean, that's just sad, but I do. TV shows. Guys, I watch a lot of TV shows. So, yeah, stick with me. I'm going to try to go through this fast. But, I'm going to try not to be spoilery. Some of these are canon, and some aren't. Some are me crazy. No, I think they're all canon. The thing about TV shows is eventually the couple you want to get together gets together, doesn't it? Doesn't they? Don't they? Don't they? Yeah, but whatever. So I'm not going to try to spoil anything. We're just going to go now. Go! Buffy! Yes, I love Buffy. Favorite show of all time? Well, tied with Gilmore Girls. So, from Buffy and Spike. Yes, Buffy and Spike. Don't you be talking to me about Angel up in here. We don't talk about Angel on this channel, okay? Okay, we like Spike. He's gorgeous. You cannot tell me he's not friggin' gorgeous. And he's hilarious. And he's the bad boy. And no spoilers. But honestly, I do think they're good together. I really do. So. Oh, and also Xander and Anya. Who doesn't love Xander and Anya together? I gotta say, I know everybody always debates between Rory with Jess, with Dean, or with Logan. And in that debate, I come out very strongly in the Rory Jess camp. I love Jess. I love Jess. And honestly, I know he messed up. I know he messed things up. But then he grew up and he wrote a freaking book. And he changed and she should have gotten back together with him. That's not the point. So, yeah. But the thing is, does anyone remember the first season of Gilmore Girls? Because right away, I was a die-hard Tristan Rory shipper. And honestly, I never really let that idea go, even though Tristan was not in the show for that long. I did not let that go. And I don't know. I imagine that, Rory goes off and does her little work thing and then gets her career started and, somewhere along the line runs into Tristan and that he's grown up and is ready to date her now because I just, It's because it's Chad Michael Murray. Chad Michael Murray is just friggin' beautiful, and there's that. But yeah, the first fan fiction I ever wrote was Rory and Tristan. And then when Jess came along, I wrote some Rory and Jess. But yeah, I did. Honestly, the only fan fiction I've ever written is Gilmore Girls. I've written some Rory Jess, some Rory Tristan, and some Luke Lorelai. So yeah, but yes, Luke Lorelai, for sure. Who cannot love Luke and frickin' Lorelai? Really, guys. Really. And, Lane and Zach. I loved Lane and Dave, but then when Zach came along, I was like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Only crazy Amy Sherman Palladino would have thought that those two could get together and make it work, but Lane and Zach, super cute. Queer as Folk. I don't suspect that a lot of you watching this have seen this or even heard of it. It was an HBO show. Well, it's exactly what it sounds like and looks like. It's about a bunch of gay people living in Philadelphia, and it's one of the most brilliant shows ever written, I think. And, yes. Brian Kinney and Justin Taylor. The thing about it is they make it so, like, romantic and perfect. And Justin and Brian, like, if you honestly gave it a chance and sat down and watched this and watched those two together, I don't think you could be like, ew, that's gross. I don't think anyone could, except they could, because there's lots of stupid people. We're not going to talk about this. We're not going to talk about this, because then I'll lose a lot of subscribers. But anyway, I love their relationship. It is freaking beautiful. Yep. From the OC, Seth and Summer, because they're adorable. From One Tree Hill, Nathan and Haley. That's another one of those couples, like, how can you ever, like, root against Nathan and Haley? They're just perfect. And Brooke and Lucas. Yep. Brooke and Lucas. It's so, but, no spoilers. But I will always love Brooke and, I will always love Brooke and Lucas. But honestly, that might be because I have a ginormous, immense girl crush on Sophia Bush, who plays Brooke. From Veronica Mars, Logan and Veronica. From Lost, Kate and Sawyer. This is one of those shows that actually had a good love triangle going for a long time, and Kate and Sawyer. No Jack. I like Jack, but Sawyer. Just Sawyer. Love. I love Sawyer. Sawyer love. And also Sun and Jin, the Korean couple, are adorable. Dawson's Creek, probably the show with the longest running unresolved love triangle ever. Maybe, I don't know. And I am a firm Pacey Joey shipper. No Dawson here. Nope. From True Blood, Suki and Eric, because Eric is gorgeous, and I haven't watched, I'm not current up to date with the show, and honestly, I don't care what happens, because whatever. I don't care if Eric has good intentions or not. He's just yum. From Grey's Anatomy, Alex Karev and every girl he ever dates on this show. Basically, I just love Alex Karev, and I just really, really, really want him to be happy, and they always give him crazy people, and things don't work out for him, but every time I hope for it to work, because I want poor Alex to be happy. If the show ends with him not in a stable relationship, I will be very disappointed with you people who make this show. Not you people. I don't think the people making the show are watching this, but you know what I mean. From Pretty Little Liars, Ezra and Arya, all the way, and Spencer and Toby. And I mean, Caleb and Hannah. I basically love every couple ever on the show, but whatever. And I'm putting this in the TV show category, not the books category, even though I read the books, because the books are slightly different, and even though I enjoy reading the books, I don't feel like as attached to the characters as I do when I watch them in the movie, because in the movie they're cute. So there. And Doctor Who. Amy and Rory. I mean, just come on. How can you not love Amy and Rory? They're so freaking cute. And also, obviously not in this season, but from the first season, Rose and the Ninth Doctor. That's it. The only other one I have is from Castle and Beckett. I love Castle and Beckett, but I don't have Castle on DVD, so I can't hold it up. So there. So guys, do you like these people? Who do you like? What are your favorite ships? Once again, I'm going to put a link to the video that I'm responding to down in the TARDIS. And that's all for today. Bye. 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 Now go read.